to another edition of Tezzz Talks, and today I made it to episode 11. Now, there has been plenty of my constituents that have informed me that they would like for me to discuss, to speak on, put my opinion on Marvel versus DC. Now, let me just go ahead and dive right on in. Now, I'm gonna start with Marvel now. Now, with Marvel, let's go into the Blade series. The Blade film series was great. 1, 2, and 3. Now, they all differed, and they all have their own types of criticism that I could critique them on. But as a whole, the film Blade series inspired the following to come after vampire movies. Blade inspired a whole genre of vampires to be revamped back into the industry, such as Twilight, Underworld, and that's just to name a few. Now, it was also a black lead actor. That was a great introduction by Marvel to have a black lead in their films, and this film series gave that it created an ability to branch off and create other series, such as the animated series as well as episodic on television. Let's move on to number 2. Still with Marvel now. Number 2, let's talk about the Deadpool film series. A fantastic idea by Marvel to have a R-rated film. It was not intended for kids, but it inspired other films to come after that DC had to play follow-up with. They had to play catch-up, if you will. Deadpool was also a great film for Ryan Reynolds, who was originally casted as Deadpool in the X-Men Wolverine film series, is where he was originally casted for it. Then he went ahead and continued as that character. And he was the perfect actor to be placed and directed to break the fourth wall. For all my actors out there, you know what breaking the fourth wall means. Breaking the wall between you and the camera and your audience. So you're talking directly into the camera and speaking to the audience. He was the perfect actor to do that, which inspired DC to do a few things. Now, number 3, let's move into some DC films. First one I'm going to talk about is not live action, but it's an animation. The Batman Under the Red Hood. Now, this film, as well as the Phantom Menace one, inspired further DC Batman related films that came to a culmination, a classic collection of Batman animated films. This film was a great Batman and Robin story, which talks about Robin dying, Batman being not able to save Robin. Robin comes back to kill the Joker, and now it deals with Batman and his morals, whether or not to break his only rule, which is not to kill anybody. But at what cost? It cost Robin's life, but he didn't die. And so if you watch the film, it's quite emotional. It pulls on your heartstrings a little bit. It was a great combination of action and dramatics. Let's move on to number 4. One of my favorite but animation series, Batman Beyond. DC hit the jackpot with Batman Beyond, especially for us 90s kids that have an understanding. Batman Beyond was a futuristic film, one of our first introduction to a superhero without a cape. It is futuristic, flying cars, a lot of technology-based items, as well as crossovers. When was the last time you seen an animation back in the day have crossovers into other universes? In Batman Beyond, you have episodes pertaining to Static Shock traveling to the future to get this character, as well as, let's not forget, the episode Return of Joker. The futuristic Batman Beyond talks is after Joker died decades prior, but he came back. But the old Robin became the new Joker. You see the crossover with that? Now, I know I usually talk about 5 films, but I'm just leave y'all with 2 and 2 with Marvel and DC. But I want to talk about this debate. DC was great in the earlier 2000s, 2010s when it comes to animation. On a certain network on television was consistently coming out with Justice League, Teen Titans, and then the Young Justice. So DC was knocking Marvel over the head, but Marvel was patient. They was in a bag for 20 years straight. They had a schedule of live action films to be released over 2 decades. They went through several phases of production. They started from the Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, transition into the Captain America's, Thor introductions. Now you have the Avengers. Now you have the second generation of the Avengers, the new Avengers, as well as they was releasing, although it was not with the Disney Marvel collaborative, it was through Sony at the time, the X-Men series as well as the Fantastic Four series, but it's all Marvel. These are all Marvel characters. Marvel has been busting their head open for the past 2 decades when it comes to live action films. Now, this is my invitation to any production company involving superheroes. If they would like to compete with Marvel, I do have the game plan. I'm going to give you a taste. I just talked about Batman Beyond, right? Let's skip being in the present and move to the future. Batman Beyond, you have crossover characters, Static Shock, another black lead, right? And then you have other older Justice League members in Beyond, Batman Beyond. The guy that's currently playing Batman now in the new Batman movie is that Pattinson guy from the Twilight series, right? He should have been casted specifically for the Batman Beyond movie. And Ben Affleck, which was in the past Batman movie, in the Batman vs Superman movie, he played Batman. He could also play Bruce Wayne. There's a connection. DC, instead of trying to play follow-up with Marvel, compete with Marvel. And I want good competition so I can have quality films to watch, to produce, to act in. Hit up Weapons Free Media Production Company today for more consultation. That's all I got to say. I'm out of here.
The expressed opinions within this show are solely the host and guest. We do not own the rights nor have ownership of the various clips, trailers, or film bits in this video. Weapons Free Media Productions Company is a privately owned company that creates all original content within this show. This is my show. There are many like it, but this one is mine. Without me, my show is worthless. Without my show, I am worthless.